Imagine stepping into a world where usernames aren't just strings of letters and numbers, but they hold the power to unlock mysteries and even cause chaos. Welcome back, folks! If you're curious about how little details can turn into big problems in the digital realm, then stick around and let's dive into today's story, Why Usernames Matter. It all started at a university in Germany, somewhere between the late 90s and early 2000s. Picture it, rows of computers lining two separate rooms, each dedicated to different operating systems, HP UX on one side and Linux or Windows NT on the other. The physics department was equipped with this setup for their students, a mix of modern and classic tech that seemed like a blend of old and new worlds. Now, as you might imagine, managing these systems wasn't always straightforward. It fell to me, a student caught in the middle, acting as a liaison between the actual tech support team and the less tech-savvy student supervisors who were supposed to handle basic account creation for incoming students. And it was on one of those days that I found myself face to face with a problem unlike any other. Let's meet Samantha Melinda Butler. She was no ordinary student. She had an intense passion for computing, but even the most enthusiastic tech enthusiasts can sometimes overlook simple details. On this particular day, she walked into my office looking puzzled and slightly frustrated. She could access her home directory on Linux, yet she couldn't write to certain files. Files that were supposed to be off-limits to anyone except themselves or specific groups. As I sat down with Samantha in front of a terminal, I asked her to log into her account so we could take a closer look at what was going wrong. Can you imagine the surprise on my face when everything seemed normal? I say aloud, remembering the moment vividly. We ran commands like elz, lz, lz, lc, checking file permissions and ownerships. Her t, vimmer t file looked fine. Yirdu. Vimmer t. File looked fine. Yirdu vimmer t. Yirdu vimruk. But when I checked my own directory, the same command revealed something alarming. Every user had access to read files in other users' directories, including those of professors. It was then that a strange realization dawned on me. I asked Samantha what her username was, and she looked at me with confusion before saying it was simply Ismi BA. A chill ran down my spine as the truth began to unfold. Samba Server Message Block Protocol in Linux systems. Every user, including professors, had been inadvertently assigned to this group by mistake. To make matters worse, the student supervisor who created Samantha's account didn't even see why it was problematic. It wasn't until we figured out what went wrong that I realized just how critical these little details are when dealing with system permissions and security on Linux servers. From then on, one of the first questions new supervisors had to answer correctly before they could handle such responsibilities involved creating usernames based on specific criteria without causing unintended access issues. Richard Oot wants a login created. He wishes his username be the first letter of his given name followed by his family name. In retrospect, it was both an eye-opening and humorous experience that highlighted just how crucial attention to detail can be in technology management. And as we move forward into a world where usernames are often keys to our digital identities and security, let's not forget the lessons learned from such incidents. So there you have it, folks. Why usernames matter more than they might initially seem. Thanks for watching this episode of why little things like usernames can make or break your day in the tech world. If you enjoyed today's story and want to see more insights into how small details shape our digital lives, please hit that subscribe button below and stay tuned for more exciting episodes. See you next time!